This is Substation 1. Requesting permission to land. Yeah, I can see the vehicles now. I'm going in for a close look. I can see our people now. There's an engineer. He seems to be fully conscious and aware. And then there's also a scout. Yeah. They're unconscious. There seems to be some sort of pollution in the air. Not unlike pollen from flowers. Roger that. Containing the area now. This is Chief Medical Officer to base. We're coming in now with the 2 contaminants. Going to quarantine them. Once they regain consciousness, we'll see and assess the situation. Yes, hello? Are you there? Yeah. Oh, they're waking up. Yeah. Okay, roger that. Over. Hi, how are you feeling? Well, that's to be expected. You've been in quarantine in the other bay for 2 weeks now. Yeah, do you remember anything? Uh-huh. Okay, well, I am Chief Medical Officer on this shuttle. Yes, you're back on the shuttle. Yes. Well, my name's Jen, and I'm going to help you. Yeah. I'll debrief you, and then I'm going to do an examination for any alien bodies, things like that. It's nothing to worry about. Yeah. Well, you were part of an away mission on Mars, that's right, yeah. You went to a crater that we discovered. Yes, with the engineer. You remember that? Okay, that's good. Yeah. Well, you went into the crater and discovered some alien entities. We thought that they were just going to be microorganisms. Yeah. Well, that's the thing, you see, they weren't just microorganisms, they were sentient beings with some eggs that had self-defense mechanisms. Unfortunately, you and the engineer triggered them. Yeah. You don't remember. That's okay, that's totally fine. All I did was release a kind of pollen into the atmosphere around them, and you and the engineer both inhaled them. You were unconscious for 2 weeks because we brought you straight back. We immediately left the site, contained it, made sure your health was our top priority. Yeah, well, basically, we're still in a quarantine area because we don't know if what you have is infectious or if there's any microorganisms still on your person. So I'm going to do a few tests. We'll get to the consequences afterwards. We'll see what you're like first, okay? just try and relax. These are not painful, they're all pretty straightforward tests. Okay, if you have any questions throughout the procedure, just feel free to ask. Yeah. So the first thing I'm going to do is take a couple of skin samples. Your skin is a little dry. That's simply a side effect of the treatment we've been giving you. It should go back to normal soon, we hope. Okay, so I'm going to take a few skin samples. If you just remain still, you can close your eyes if you like, because I will be taking it from around the jaw area, and also just at either ear. Okay, I'll get started. Okay, and now the other side. Yeah, that looks good. Okay. Just get this. And just a little around the jaw as well, okay? You can keep your mouth closed, that'd be great. Okay, I'll just seal that up. And they can go back to the lab for testing later. Yeah, that all seems perfectly fine. As far as I can see, I mean, there may be underlying issues, I'm not sure. I just cut you a little, you're just bleeding a little, so I'll put a band-aid on. It's just a little naked. It should be fine. I'll just put it. I can get it on it. Just. There we go. Okay, are you feeling okay? Not nauseous or. Okay. Now, I do have a couple of things to show you. You may be alarmed, but I want you to try and remain calm, okay? Okay. So this is one of the small organisms we took from your person. This one was embedded in your lower intestine. You don't see it? You really don't see. Okay, I'll just note that down because there is something in there. I can see it, but I think perhaps it's done some sort of camouflage or something so that you can't see it. So I'll just note that down for later reference. It may mean there's another one implanted, maybe on your optic nerve or somewhere in your cerebral cortex. We'll have to see. Anyway, this one was found, as I said, inside you. And if I had to describe it, it's kind of like a worm with arms. Yeah. Their teeth are pretty sharp. But it didn't damage you. It was trying to use you as a host body, so it could kind of control you. You managed to stop it in time, though, so there's no worries there. What about this one? Do you see this one? No? This one we found implanted in your forearm. Yeah. You remember slight pain? We did have to cut it out of you while you were conscious because it was making its way to the brain. Yeah. Okay. Alright, I understand it. I know it can be quite stressful and distressing to you. So I'll put that aside with the others. Alright, I've got a couple of scans I want to do. I'm going to use my scanners and just cover your whole body just to make sure there's no more organisms or any foreign bodies inside you. Is that okay? Alright, you just have to stay still. It's perfectly safe. It won't hurt at all, I promise. Oh, actually, let me just wipe you down a little bit before we start, because any particles or dust fragments can affect the skin. Okay, so just stay perfectly still and it won't hurt at all, I promise. Just a few more times. Don't see anything coming up on the scanner. Okay, so according to that one, you're clean. Now this one just does around the head. Yeah, so it's going to be checking your brain, the fluid around your skull, things like that. Alright, it's just the same process, so don't panic. Just going to be going around your head, like this. And again. Just around. Like this. And then in the opposite direction. Okay. That one does have a slight anomaly. I wouldn't get too worried about it. I will send that reading to the lab, and they'll probably want you back in the science area. Yeah. Mm. Because of that anomaly, I'll give you a small implant, in your forearm. It won't hurt. No, I promise. It's just like a small prick. You'll just feel it for a split second. It's just to make sure we can track you throughout the ship and make sure that you're not trying to escape, things like that. Yeah. Okay, so if you just give me your arm. Thank you. I'll wipe it down first of all. And I'm just going to implant this. Okay. Okay, so that's done. Are you still feeling you're not dizzy or? Okay, I'll have a look in your eyes then. I just want to make sure I can't see anything physical behind the eyes or, anything strange. Okay. So let me see. I'll just lift up your eyelid like this. I can't see anything unusual. And the other eye. That looks pretty normal too. Yeah. Just right. No anomalies. Yeah, they look pretty good. Well, I'll give you some information about what's going to happen now. Because of the incident on Mars, we have had to abandon the mission. And of course, with the fatality, we have to return. Yes, there was a fatality. The engineer you were with, unfortunately, passed away last week. He was exhibiting the same symptoms as you. Pretty much exactly the same, actually. So as I was saying, we're going to return to Earth. You'll remain in quarantine there for another month, and then we'll reassess your situation. If we can get you reestablished in society and make sure you're fine, then that's totally okay. If not, you'll be sent back to the substation, the one closer to Mercury. Yeah, we're setting up a colony there for infected, things like that. It is highly secured. No, it's not a prison. It's more of a containment facility. Yeah. So you'd be on the containment facility and you'd be safe there with other contaminants. Yeah, sure, you can ask a few questions, that's fine. You won't have a choice, I'm afraid. If you're still contaminated, we immediately return you to the substation. No contact with friends or family is permitted, I'm afraid, when you're in the quarantine area. If you were infected with an alien species, it would be really bad if they got in contact with humans, etc. I think you can understand that. Yeah. Well, thank you for being so understanding and for cooperating. Hopefully we'll be able to fix your brain and make sure there's nothing else inside you. I do find it strange that you can't see the the alien specimens that we retrieved from you, but hopefully they can fix that in the lab. Yeah? Oh. Okay, roger that. Thank you. Yeah, they're ready for you in the lab now, so I'll see you very soon, hopefully. Even if it's just through a plate of glass. Alright, thanks. Bye. Stardate 245791, this is Chief Medical Examiner Jan. I have just been examining one of the scouts that was on the Mars mission. I scanned full body and cerebral cortex, and it seems there's something lodged on the optic nerve and in the brain. These are alien in origin and cannot be taken back to Earth. I am making a formal request to destroy said contaminant. If I extract the alien bodies, the host will almost definitely decease, so I am requesting to do this, please. I find it totally necessary for the safety of the human race. Therefore, I would like to cease the existence of the scout that was on Mars and remove the alien species. Chief Medical Examiner out.